The Ford F-150 2015-2020 used two types of transmissions, and the first transmission in these vehicles was the 6-speed automatic 6R80 transmission. This is a pretty solid transmission. Actually, this is one of the best modern Ford automatic transmissions. Just simple conventional automatic transmission that can tow a lot of weight, that can get a lot of load, and it will not be destroyed after 100,000 miles. But there are a lot of myths about the transmission, and I decided to make a short video to explain the actual problems with this. So it's a pretty old transmission that was made by Ford in 2008, and before that it was the ZF transmission. So it's not actually the Ford transmission, but it's ZF transmission that was made in the year 2000 or something like that, and used in hundreds of models of cars all around the world. And it's a pretty old traditional transmission without a lot of modern technologies inside it. And that's good news, because this transmission is gonna live a lot longer than pretty much any other transmission Ford F-150 used after that. One of the myths is that this transmission has a lot of TCU problems, and this is not true. TCU problems were in this transmission before Ford F-150 used it. So in the year 2010, a lot of Ford cars were reported with the TCU problems in exactly these 6R80 transmissions, and since then Ford changed the TCU, changed the software, and actually I didn't hear about any problems with the F-150 2015-2020 TCU. What can actually be the problem is the shifter sensor, the shifter position sensor. Now this is quite often seen as the common problem of the 6R80 transmission in any car it was used, like Lincoln Navigator, for example. But in the F-150 it's kind of very common. So a lot of cars will replace this shifter position sensor even before this car reaches 50-60,000 miles. But the good news, these shifter position sensors are not really expensive. And it's not expensive to replace them. I mean, the labor is not expensive too. Now, what is not the myth, and what is actually the problem with the 6R80 transmission, is that the fluid is contaminated pretty fast, and I strongly recommend changing this transmission fluid more often than the manufacturer recommends. So 30-40,000 miles is the perfect interval for transmission fluid change in this transmission, and you will also need to change the filter in the transmission when you change the fluid. I've seen a lot of this transmission fail at about 150,000 miles just because the owners didn't change the fluid at all, or change it just once within this period. So if you change the fluid regularly and you don't overload this transmission, it's gonna live longer than probably any engine in the Ford F-150 of this generation.